Here I'm going to go over the drawing for the 120-degree gusset. I have the part model open and I'm going to just go to File New and go to the metric tab here. Yours may not be open, it may look like this, so expand this and go to metric. We're going to use the ANSI millimeter.idw. That's an American Standards Institute, whereas ISO is an international standards organization. They're very similar to what we need, but I'm just going to use this one. Go create. And once it opens, we can hit base and place the base view. What Inventor does is chooses the last file that you have open, and so that's why I often like opening the part file first. But if you don't have it, you can do a search and find the file that you would like here. And this part is pretty small for the drawing page, and so I'm going to increase the scale maybe to 3:1 and hit OK. And we can place it kind of in the middle, up and down, but leave some space to the right because we're going to give some alternate views. Hitting the projected button, we can get projected views, and I'm going to get a projected view like this, which is the side view. We don't need really another side view. Some more complex parts we do, but I don't think we really need it for this part. And then I'm going to just move my cursor up at an angle to give an angled view. And now I need to go right click and go create. And now I have 3 different views here. Now I'm going to annotate. We can give the different dimensions. The first one I'm going to do is the centered pattern one here, which basically is gives me the diameter of the circle that these holes are on, and it lets me put the points in each of the centers. You can choose the very center of the circle or the perimeter, it doesn't matter, but you start in the middle and then you go out here and click again either the perimeter or the center of each circle, doesn't matter, but work your way around, go back to where you started. I'm left clicking each time, and then when I'm done I'm going to right click and go create, and that creates that circular centered pattern. Then we can start dimensioning things. We need to give all the dimensions so someone designing this could replicate it. So, or if someone had to machine it, they would know the dimensions to make it. So hitting the dimension button here, we can go out, and basically I'm just clicking the perimeter of the circle. Mine automatically pops up with this, where you can write additional text we'll look at later. Precision and tolerance. Notice there are 2 decimal places. If you want to reduce that or increase that, you can. For this assignment, it does not matter. Later assignments we'll talk more about precision and tolerance. One thing I do want to do is just increase the font size. It's a little bit small. So under Manage, Styles Editor, I can change the note text size here, and I'm just going to maybe go 8 millimeters, save and close, and that will change all of the sizes for this file. So now that I have that one, I'm going to go back to the Annotate tab and start dimensioning other things. Now it's important that you don't choose the point here, but you choose the perimeter of the circle, not including the point, to get the dimensions. Notice this gives a radius. If you would like a diameter, what you need to do is right click on the part and go, when you're actually dimensioning it, so let me show you. Let me delete this. So go back to dimension, left click here, and before I left click again, if you right click and go to dimension type, you can change it from radius to diameter. I'm going to just keep this on the radius. Now, if you get tired of this popping up each time, you can just click this checkbox and hit OK, and then that won't pop up every single time you're dimensioning. We need this diameter here. We need these, the radius of this and the radius of that. And so I'm just going to click here. What you want to do is just position your numbers so they're not over top of one another. And so you can move those around until you have a nice place. And if you misplace it, you can always pick it up and move it to a new place. The way you would need to do that is hit escape to get out of the dimensioning. Notice that's no longer highlighted. Then you can grab these points and move them around until you're happy with where it's positioned. Need to dimension the radius of that. And I also need the dimension between here and here, which is 3 millimeters. Also, I need this angle. So getting the angle, I don't select the point there. I make sure I just select this line. Then I go down here and select this line, and then I can give that angle. And notice I can extend it back here or move it here to give the angle there. I do need the radius or diameter of this circle. And it's getting a little crowded there. You may want to move just to a different one. And so we're not too crowded in any one spot. And we do need the angle between here and here. You can see that there's symmetry, and since there's 3 of them, it would be 120 degrees, but we should really still give that angle. And a way to do that is we can get a line here and then a line here, and then give the angle between those 2 lines. And so to create a line, we can click here, center line, click this point here, go over, click this point here, and then right click and go create. And then I can do that again, click here, right click create, and then go to dimension, click this line here, click this line here, and then we can go out and give that angle at 120 degrees. Again, you may want to position it so it's not overlaying different numbers or different lines. And it looks like we're done on this face, but one thing we don't have is like the depth of these, and so that's why we would need this side view, and we don't have the thickness of the part. So we can give the thickness by clicking here and here and giving this dimension, and then we can go maybe between here and here and getting that dimension there. Now, due to symmetry, you can see that this cutout here and this cutout here are the same, but it doesn't hurt in this scenario to give that dimension as well. It's getting a little crowded is the only thing, but I think the reader can tell what we're measuring here. And I think that is all of the necessary dimensions that we need so that someone could recreate this part. So save the part, get a snip of this, and place it in your assignment.